Here are 11 practice problems on dimensional analysis, and as per usual, I'll link the questions and the answer key in the description. Now I'm not gonna lie, I feel like half the time I forget to say that I linked it, but anyways, let's get started with question number 1. A certain town has an area of 4.36 square miles. What is the area in square yards of this town? And they give you that 1 mile is equal to 1,760 yards. Now, a lot of people get this question wrong because they think, hey, there's 4.36 miles here. They give you the conversion, so all you have to do is multiply this. Oops. And they get that the answer is that or B. Now, this is actually wrong because here it says it's square miles. And then here it asks you for square yards. Whereas this, it only says mile and yards, so it's missing that little square part. This means that we're gonna have to change this to say 1 square mile is equal to blank square yards. And to do that, all we have to do is just square this entire conversion factor. So 1 squared is just 1, and 1,760 squared is 3,097,600. So let me write that down. 1 square mile is equal to 3,097,600 square yards. Now that we have this new conversion factor that actually matches up with the question, we can multiply it. So 4.36 times that number, I'm just copy paste it, is that other number, or our answer is D. Question number 2. A certain park has an area of that many square yards. What is the area in square miles of this park? And they give you that 1 mile is equal to 1,760 yards. Now this is just like the last question, except now they're giving you the yards instead of the miles. Same concept applies though. Here it says square yards, and here it says square miles. Whereas this only says mile and yards, so we're gonna have to square this entire conversion factor to get it to what we need. Alright, 1760 squared is that, so 1 square mile is equal to 3,097,600 square yards. And now we're gonna do the opposite, right? Instead of multiplying it, we're gonna divide it. So we're gonna divide 11,863,000. Wait, why put a comma? What am I doing? 11, okay, 808 square yards divided by, oh, now I have to delete it. I have to restart that many. So we get that our answer is 3.83 square miles, or a B. Question number 3. The International Space Station orbits Earth at an average speed of 4.76 miles per second. What is the space station's average speed in miles per hour? Now this one they're changing it up. They're no longer asking for square yards to square miles. Instead, we're gonna have to change from miles per second into miles per hour. Now let's break this down. First things first, we know that there's 4.76 miles per second. And we also know that there's 60 seconds in 1 minute. So 60 seconds in 1 minute. This means that if we multiply this entire thing by 60, so 4.76 times 60, we get that there's 285.6 miles per 60 seconds, or 285.6 miles per minute. Next thing, we know that there's 60 minutes in 1 hour. So if we multiply this entire thing by 60, yet again, 285.6 times 60, we get that there's 17,136 miles per 60 minutes, or 17,136 miles per hour. So there we go. Now we changed miles per second into miles per hour, and all we did was multiply by 60 twice. And we get that our answer is D. Question number 4. Pure beeswax has a density of 0.555 ounce per cubic inch. An online company sells pure beeswax at a price of $8 per ounce. What is the selling price in dollars per cubic inch for pure beeswax purchased from this company? Now I know that was like a whole bunch of words and a whole bunch of reading, but let's just break it down. So here they're asking you for dollars per cubic inch. So first let's find out what our dollars is. And then here it says $8 per ounce. So let me write that down. We have $8 per ounce. Now let's find our cubic inch. And right here it says 0.555 ounce per cubic inch. So we have 0.555 ounce per cubic inch. Oops, that's a comma. Alright, so now all we have to do is just multiply the 8 with the 0.555. So 4 times... Wait, 4? 8? Where'd I get 4 from? What? 8 times 0.555 gets you 4.44. So there's... Or the company sells $4.44 per cubic inch of beeswax. So our answer is 4.44. Question number 5. On April 18, 1775, Paul Revere set off on his midnight ride from Charlestown to Lexington. If he had ridden straight to Lexington without stopping, he would have traveled 11 miles in 26 minutes. In such a ride, what would the average speed of his horse have been to the nearest tenth of a mile per hour? Now this is like question number 3, where here it gives you minutes, but then they're asking for hours. First things first, we know that he traveled 11 miles in 26 minutes. But we can't really do anything with that. So first, let's get this down to miles per minute. And to do that, all we have to do is divide 11 by 26. So 11 divided by 26 gets you that number. So he would have traveled 0.4230769230077 miles per minute. Then of course there's 60 minutes in an hour. So we're gonna multiply that number by 60. So I'm gonna copy and paste that. Times 60 is equal to that number. So he would travel 25.3846153846 miles per hour. But of course that's not our answer, because here they asked to the nearest 10. So this number rounded is just 25.4. So our answer is 25.4. Question number 6. Which of the following speeds is equivalent to 90 kilometers per hour? And they give us that 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters. Let's look at answer choices real quick. So they're looking for meters per second. We're gonna have to change this kilometers to meters, and we're gonna have to change this hour to seconds. First things first, let's change the kilometers to meters. Now we know that 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters, so we can just multiply 90 by 1,000. And we don't need to do any squaring or anything because they didn't ask for square meters. So 90 times 1,000 is 90,000. So there's 90,000 meters. Wait, I missed a 0. 90,000 meters per hour. Now we need to change this hour to minutes. And of course, we know that there's 60 minutes in an hour. And now since we're changing the time, we're going to be dividing. So 90,000 divided by 60 is 1,500. So 1,500 meters per minute. And once again, there's 60 seconds in a minute. And once again, we're going to divide. So 1,500 divided by 60 is 25. So 25 meters per second, which gets our answer is A. So first, multiply kilometers by 1,000 to change that to meters. And then we just divide it by 60 twice to change hours to seconds. Question number 7. A distance of 61 furlongs is equivalent to how many feet? And they give us that 1 furlong is equal to 220 yards, and 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. So we're going to have to convert from furlongs to yards, and then yards to feet. First things first, let's find how many yards are equivalent to 61 furlongs. And we know that there's 220 yards in 1 furlong, so 61 times 220 is 13,420. So 61 furlongs is equal to 13,420 yards. Now we're going to find how many feet are in that many yards. So we know that there's 3 feet in 1 yard. So this times 3 is equal to 40,260. So there's 40,260 feet in 13,420 yards, or 61 furlongs. So our answer is 40,260. Question number 8. A distance of 112 furlongs is equivalent to how many feet? And they give you that 1 furlong is equal to 220 yards, and 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. So just like the last question, we're gonna have to convert from furlongs to yards, and then yards to feet. So we know that there's 220 yards in 1 furlong, so 112 times 220 is 24,640. So 112 furlongs is equal to 24,640 yards, which is equal to, and we know that there's 3 feet in 1 yard, so this times 3 is equal to 73,920 feet. So there's 73,920 feet and 24,640 yards, or 112 furlongs. So our answer is 73,920. Question number 9. How many tablespoons are equivalent to 14 teaspoons? And we get that 3 teaspoons is equal to 1 tablespoon. So we're going to have to convert from teaspoons to tablespoons. And to do that, all we have to do is divide by 3, because 3 divided by 3 is equal to 1. So let's do that. 14 divided by 3. And we get that our answer is this repeating decimal. So to be honest, I'm going to just keep it as a fraction. So our answer is 14 over 3. Or there's 14 over 3 tablespoons in 14 teaspoons. Question number 10. A triathlon is a multi-sport race consisting of 3 different legs. A triathlon participant completed the cycling leg with an average speed of 90.7 miles per hour. What is the average speed in yards per hour of the participant during the cycling leg? And they give us that 1 mile is equal to 1,760 yards. So all we have to do is change this miles to yards. And to do that, we just have to multiply 19.7 by 1,760. So 19.7 times 1,760 is 34,672. So this triathlon went at a speed of 34,672 yards per hour. Or our answer is just 34,672. Question number 11. A competition consisted of 4 different events. One participant completed the first event with an average speed of 20.3 miles per hour. What was this average speed in yards per hour? And they give us the 1 mile is equal to 1,760 yards. So just like the last question, all you have to do is convert this miles to yards. And to do that, all we have to do is multiply 20.3 by 1,760. So 20.3 times 1,760 is 35,728. So this participant went at a speed of 35,728 yards per hour. Or our answer is just 35,728. Alright, that was all of dimensional analysis, and as you can see, it's pretty easy. Like, half the time you can just see the number and you'll instantly know what to multiply. But there are going to be some times where you should pay super close attention and notice that you're squaring it, so you have to square your conversion factor. But other than that, really easy. Just make sure you read super carefully and see if they're asking for square miles, or somewhere here they ask for seconds to hours. Make sure you pay attention to that too. Alright, I'll see ya.